I'm a rock star, I'm a raised like rail. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys this gun doubles halfback week mini scheme in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So first and foremost, I am in the Broncos offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Broncos offensive playbook. Now, this formation can be found in various playbooks, but I believe the Broncos have the best formation when it comes to gun doubles halfback week. And it did change in years past, and I did visit this formation, I believe, in Madden 21. So I wanted to go ahead and update. I think I may have touched on it in 22. I don't remember, but I know for a fact in 21 I did. So I wanted to bring it to you this year because it's actually really good this year. So a couple things. If you're interested at all in eBooks, so for example, if you love this formation, you want more setups out of it, then you can go to my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description, and you will just go to personal eBooks, and you can fill out a request form for any formation in the game that you want me to do one on. Now, if you want to just buy an ebook I've already made or I made for other people, you can go to my ebooks tab, and then you can scroll through. I have about 15 different ebooks that I made, offense and defensive. So just hop on there, look around. When you buy it, it'll go straight to your account. So you don't have to worry about me trying to send you anything. It automatically gets uploaded into your account. So last thing I want to talk about before we get the video started is that CFL's kind of been dead. So at this point, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I tried. If you still want to, you can still join the free CFL for PS4. But as of now, I just can't get people to join and stay. So I don't know what else to do other than just kind of shut it down and wait. Since Madden's kind of dying out a little bit for some of you guys. But anyways, now that we got all that out the way, I want to go ahead and dive into this video. So personnel doesn't really matter too much. You can run it how it comes, how it normally comes. It's gonna put your best player on this side, your second best here, and your third here. What I would say is for right here, it helps to have your fastest player and who has somewhat route running. You don't need somebody who's a route running demon, but you just want somebody with speed right here that's gonna really get the job done. That's gonna be important when we talk about man coverage. But first and foremost, I kind of want to take you through a tour of this formation. So as you guys know, RPO zone peak is not really that good of a play no more. They have inside zone, and I'm just looking at run plays for now. I want to show you this RPO zone alert. So I'm gonna put the zone alert here. We're gonna take out 4 verticals, and I actually want to show you another one. So we'll look at a PA jailbreak screen so you can see how that looks. And we'll take out the slants, and we'll actually put in the last run play that we'll go over, which is just read option. I just want to show you, it's pretty unique that this formation has a read option in it as well. So that's what I really like about it. But the best one is gonna be this RPO zone alert. Really love that run play. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna come out of RPO. And again, I'm gonna talk about the passing plays in a second, but to keep everything fair, I want to come out in 3-3 cub just to show you the run plays, because most people are gonna come out in 3-3 cub, and I just want to show you how it works versus the run. But when we talk about the pass, we're actually gonna come out in dollar, because I want to show you a light set, which is realistically what you'll see when you load up. So we got the safeties up top. Now right here, I want to take out Campbell, and I want to put in Ford to represent a fast user, because Rudy Ford is really fast on this game. And we'll come out in just your base cover 3. All right, so when we talk about these run plays, there's really nothing special about this. This is just your standard inside zone, but they switch up how they block. So I really love this as like I really love this, if I just want to have a quick run play, or what works really well is when people start trying to do something that looks like this or something. You know what I'm talking about? Those defenses where they do this, or they may just put like a double Mabel style. So they may do something, something like this where they're trying to blitz, and they may take this guy right here, here. So something like this, basically. This is what this works perfect for. So if you're getting this kind of action, then what you can do is, I love the guys RPOs, because what you're going to do is be able to snap the ball. They're going to come here, and then you'll be able to throw triangle. And of course, practice mode, all Madden's going to play it perfectly, beautifully. But that's the idea, So that's what I love to call that type of play. But moving forward, read option is just your standard read option. Let me take the let me put the user on this line right here. So read option, it's literally just your standard read option. Obviously, I could have just gave it, but literally nothing special about that. That's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to read option. So next one, PA jail screen is a little bit different. So just kind of look. So I'll press and show you worst case scenario. So jail screens, they just don't work as good as they're supposed to, because not all the time you get good animations like that. So it really just depends on what defense they're in, what coverage you're in. So this time we'll take a look at cover 2. You might be curious, like if a cover 2 corner will play it a little better. So we'll go to jailbreak screen. And the only thing I hate is when you call jailbreak screen, your people audible down. So the best thing to do is come out and jailbreak screen if that's what you want to run, if that makes sense. So just kind of notice what I mean. So it basically takes you on an auto motion, and it just makes it not as well, you know. So hopefully next year's Madden, they figure out how to run it better. Now, last thing I'll show you is an all-out man blitz, which is most people like to do on here. So we'll look at it with the jailbreak screen. And then after that, I believe that's all the run plays we want to talk about. So with that one, man coverage, it actually works a tad bit better. It just depends on who they have at corner, honestly, and who you have at receiver as blocking, because they do somewhat of a better job normally blocking in this press man. Let's see, look at the receiver. That's what I was telling you. It also depends on who you have. So right here, he didn't really do anything, even though the lineman is one who came to help, but he just, you know, really was a non-factor right there. So I'll run it one more time for you to see, but it's callable, okay? That's what I want you to know. It's callable. And keep in mind, this is not with purples out there, okay? This is just with regular all-out man coverage, all right? So when you start talking about purples, it gets a tad bit different. But anyways, it may even help if you ID this guy and then snap the ball. Sometimes that helps. So notice right there, they did kind of block him. But like I said, they just don't do as good of a job as you think they would. So me personally, I would just pretty much stay away from that style of play. But that's just me. All right, so got the run plays out the way, and I just wanted to see them. And if you guys like it when I take you through run plays, let me know. If you don't like it, I'll stop doing it. I just like to show you the run plays, just in case you've never been in it. And also, I forgot to run RPO zone alert, so I'll run that before we start talking about these passing concepts. But the two passing plays that I want to go over in today's video is going to be doubles post, and I actually want to go over the quarterback play. Where'd it go? I want to go doubles post, and I want to go over quarterback signing, I think it's called. There we go, quarterback signing. All right, so like I said, I want to come out in dollar because realistically, that's what you're going to see. Now, I kept in all the great, actually, since we're talking about passing, I really want to sub them out, to be honest, because I don't want to get screened at all the time. But I have safeties at the linebacker position who are athletic, and I have, you know, speed all the way around. So again, that's why I personally use the package to showcase, because they simply have one of the best secondaries in the game. That's literally the only reason why. All right, so quickly, oops, sorry about that, my alarm. I had my 9 a.m. alarm set. All right, but with this play right here, I actually really like it. You can throw this triangle route a lot, but I'm gonna show you the handoff, and I just got a weird animation right there, but really great run play. Long story short, it's a really great run play. I'll show you that pinch their line. A lot of people do this in a dollar style look. And again, it's good because you can actually throw triangles route. It all depends on who they have out there, what they're doing with their zone coverage. But it's just your typical, it's your typical replay, you know. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and baseline, and what I'm gonna do here is this setup is super simple. So you want to take circle, put them on a street. You want to take square. I like to put them on an in route or a drag route. If I'm gonna do it like this, I'm gonna do it drag route. And I like to leave X on this route right here, and you'll see why here in a second. But this is the setup that I like. And now what's good about this play is that we're going to have a read between square and triangle on the sideline. And it's designed to get open every single time, all right? It's going to get open every single time versus every single zone coverage. So this play you can run against every single zone coverage in the game. And the reason that I like this play is because of this little tight end route. And of course, this crosser route is going to clear over the top of any zone. So they absolutely have to zone drop to guard that. And this is good because you can kind of tell what we're doing here. So we got a high-low right here. And if you picture this, if they zone drop up here, then guess what we're going to throw? We're going to throw this route right here. And keep in mind, this is actually a quarterback spy right here. So that's not a zone coverage because notice he moves with me. That's a quarterback spy, all right? So most people are not going to have it like that. They're going to have that person like a zone. But he's going to pull down. He's going to be right here. And we love this because if the user does not guard him, we'll be able to throw this. Now, also the reason I like this setup too is because if we're inside the pocket, what we can do is we actually have the ability to playmaker that guy. So I'll go ahead and show you right here what I'm talking about. So let's say we don't like nothing. So I can actually flip him up and then, you know, I can actually throw the ball to him. Now, of course, you're going to need time in the pocket. And that's worst case scenario is what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's literally worst case scenario that you just, you know, you're stepping up in the pocket, somebody's on you, and you know, let's say, and keep in mind, this is a hook zone right here, so this would be the user, right? So the user would be running with him, or if this is your user, you know, the other hook zone, he would be running with that guy. So what that means is that we could dump this down low if we wanted to, or we could playmaker this guy. We don't have to playmaker him up. We could have playmaker him this way, you know, whichever way we wanted to. So that's why I like it, because you're gonna have a two-way read no matter what coverage they call. So quickly, I'll show you versus code 4 drop. And it's a lot of other coverages setups I want to show you. So I'm kind of glide through this if I can. But anyways, you get the idea. Square, or I'm gonna throw on a run, so it might not be accurate, but triangle, you tell he's open all night long. So next thing I want to show you is versus cover 2. And again, all Madden practice mode, you just don't get much time in the pocket, so it's really hard to show you guys truly what you'll see. But right here is a great example. So if you notice, I had to roll out the pocket, and we could still complete that barely. But if you notice versus cover 2, that little X route, the little spot route, is going to do a great job because nothing's going to guard it. The vertical hook is going to have to back up because they recognize this crosser coming. And what's nice about this particular setup is that the mid-read does not match with that route. With this particular setup, he doesn't match. And with this particular setup, the vertical hook is not going to guard him. So if your user is on this side, he's going to have to guard this route right here, and we'll have this wide open. Now, likewise, if the user is on this vertical hook, look what he has to decide between. He has to guard him or run up top and guard him. So if they play cover 2, we have 2 reads open all day and night, even in, non-cover 2. So next thing I want to show you is man coverage. Now, man coverage setup is a tad bit different. So it all depends on if they're playing 2 high safeties or not. If they're playing 2 high safeties, and you know for a fact they're playing 2 high safeties, what I like to do is take square, I'll put him on a slant, I'll take my running back still, or you can leave him. You can either block him or leave him how he is. Now, I do like to take X and put him on a drag, and we're going to motion over this slant. We're going to motion snap this slant. So right here, it's a simple read progress. So we're going to look at X first, then we're going to look at square, then we're going to look at circle for the last read. And normally you throw circle, you want to low ball it. And again, that is against 2 high safeties, all right? That's against 2 high safeties. Now, the reason why I say that is because if they have 2 high safeties, the deep safety is going to do a great job of being able to play this just because of where the route is ran. As you can tell, he's just naturally going to be able to play it. And that's okay, because if they're going to play that way, that means the user is going to have to play aggressive in the middle, and we'll be able to have the outside. So what I mean by that is the user is going to have to play in the middle. So most likely the user is going to choose between this route and this route, whichever one of these he wants to guard between the slant and this crosser. And normally you'll be able to throw this ball on a low ball right off the break. So normally as soon as he breaks down, you can actually throw this ball right now and you'll get a low ball, a little low ball catch. And I'll show you that here in a second. Or if the user does a great job of baiting that, you can either wait for the slant to get open, or if you want to, if you have a good matchup with your tight end, you can actually throw this drag route. Now right there, he covered it obviously, but sometimes, you have a good matchup. But anyways, that's if they play this aggressive style, this aggressive style man coverage right here, right? So I'm gonna spy that guy just because so I can have a little bit of time. But again, X on the drag, square on the slant, and then you want to go ahead and motion him across. And this is for man coverage, all right? Make sure I did mention that. So again, I just want to show you this circle route that you can actually throw it. So if you just want to, you can throw it and then you can low ball it and then get a nice little catch. And to low ball, you should know it already, but it's L2 and whatever button you want to press. So that's how you low ball, and you'll get that basically every single time. Now, next variation we have to talk about is the blitz, right? So it's not the blitz, but different styles. So if they do this style of man coverage, 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 no matter what style coverage they do, if they don't have deep zones, or if they only have one deep zone, we can run this setup right here all day and night. And I'm gonna shade over the top because most of the time people are gonna shade over the top when they don't have deep safeties most of the time, okay? Now, what we're gonna do here is actually take X. We're still gonna put him on a drag, and we could literally just run it. We can run it like this. Sometimes I like to run it like this if I know for a fact they're playing man coverage, and then shading over the top, because what's gonna happen is we're gonna have X quick most of the time. We're gonna have circle, but what we're reading is triangle right there, and that route is they have to put about a 25-yard zone drop to even have a chance at covering that. So again, if you notice they're not putting deep halves by their safeties, if you notice, the way you can read it is look at the 2 safeties up top. So look at these 2. All right, so before you snap the ball, you should have your eyes on them to see what style of man coverage they're playing. So when you see them spread apart, that tells you they're putting purples and they don't have anything deep. So what that means is we're going to make a simple read here between the drag route right here, and we're going to read between this in route, and lastly we're going to look up top for this route. That's why you want your fastest player there, and you want your best route runner to go here, and that normally is going to work every time. Now, next play I want to take a look at, pretty much the last play that I want to go over, is doubles post. So for doubles post, I love this as a bomb style setup, but one thing I want to mention, you can technically bomb cover 3, but I would never recommend you to try, just because you're going to need a ton of time for cover 3, okay? So don't try unless you know for a fact they're playing dumb coverage. And to me, what dumb coverage means is if they're taking this guy, let's say they're putting him here and then, you know, doing something like this, and this is the user or something. They're playing like a max style coverage where they play, you know, double Mabels on one side, on both sides, and then they, you know, like people play this, you know. If they're doing something like this, you know, then this is when you want to try to actually bomb their cover 3, because maybe that you know they're trying to guard all the crossers and the slants that you have coming. This is when I like to put this just for cover 3. Okay, so what you want to do is take circle, put them on a flat route. You want to take triangle right here. I like to just put them on a hitch, or you can put them on a streak. Either one's gonna work, but normally I like a hitch just in case. But I'll show you streak because that's the hardest one. But here we go right here. And what you want to do is you just want to wait, and then you'll be able to throw him. Now this is a timing-based route. That's why the streak is kind of bad, because it does knock him off his route. So again, I'll show you versus cover 3 again. And then keep in mind, I don't like this versus cover 3. Okay, I'm only showing you because it's possible. And you know, I would feel bad if I didn't show you if it's possible. So circle on the smoke screen, triangle on a hitch, and then with this setup right here, you just need time in the pocket. That's why I said, so if they play dumb defense, you can actually bomb their cover 3. You just want to wait for him to cross the face of that safety, and then we'll be able to throw a nice dot. And again, please don't run this if they're blitzing 4 or more at you. Even 3 if they have 3 great defensive linemen, okay? This is just for one of those people who like to play dumb defense. Now, defenses that you can bomb easily is cover 4 drop and cover 2. And you can technically bomb man coverage, technically. You can split it down the middle, technically. But versus your cover 4 drop style, this is what you'll see where they use this guy. They might zone drop, whatever, but that doesn't matter. Now, if you see any cover 4 drop, you want to take triangle, put them on a streak, circle on a hitch. Now, the reason I like circle on a hitch is simply because we have another read to make. So if for some reason something's not open, I can throw circle right now. But what I want you to look at is square right here. So notice how square is going to be able to run straight past those deep those deep quarters, and we'll have, but we'll have a 1-play touchdown. And again, if for some reason you feel like you don't have time, okay, let's say they have, you know, let's say they have Kenny Clark right here, and he just gets an instant double shed right now. If they're not playing hard flats, you're going to have this throw at least. I mean, you might get tackled, yes, but you have an outlet, okay? It's not like you have to throw the ball away. You have a choice. And you can also playmaker this guy if you want to, too. You don't be afraid of that. And also, you have a high-low right here as well. So if you see something you don't like, you can definitely dump it down to the running back, okay? So you have your short outlets, but you're just looking to bomb them, okay? But that's why I like this setup, because you have a safe option if you need it. Now, next one I'll talk about is cover 2. Now, with cover 2, I might not get enough time because I'm not going to spy anybody. But for cover 2 specifically, I like to take circles, still put them on the smoke screen. But what we're going to do is time to take triangle and motion them across. Now, what's going to happen here is that now we pretty much are going to pull that safety with this corner out by triangle. And look at circle. Notice how we have circle, but I mean, I'm going to get hollered at, but I want to go on replay and show you. But like I said, all Madden practice mode, I know I'm not going to have any time. And keep in mind, these are garbage defensive line here, so, you know, that should tell you a lot. But anyways, the reason why I put circle on the smoke screen again is because with this particular route versus cover 2, that corner is going to back up unless he's zone drop to a hard flat. And if he is zone drop to a hard flat, we would just throw this route every single time, if that makes sense. But anyways, what happens here is that we have a 1-way read, and we also have a 2-way read with this running back. But what happens is this corner route is going to actually pull, look how far over it pulls the safety. And what happens is that this safety, they're programmed to pass this route off to the other deep half at some point, and he reached that point. That's why he stops covering him. And what you can tell is that we have a natural void right here that we're going to expose for a 1-play touchdown. And again, if you have something you don't like, you have the ability to dump it down. That's why I really love this. Now, last thing I will show you is you can technically split man coverage. Technically, if you want to, what you can do is you can still run deep post, but you can take triangle, you can put them on a slant, and technically you can still split those safeties. Now, what I have to do so I can have enough time, I have to spy these two, so the middle's gonna look congested, but just trust me that you can actually call this slant. And what's gonna happen here is that notice how that safety slides out the way, and we'll be able to have a chance, if we're just not playing soccer over here, but you have a chance to actually split those safeties for a 1-play touchdown. Now, I'll show you, you can actually use the same setup as cover 2 to split the safeties if you want to, but you have more reads when you do it this way. So you have a slant that you can read depending on who you have. I will put my best route runner here, and I'll put my best route runner here, and I'll put my fastest guy right here. That's how I would do it. But now, like I said, you're just basically reading. Now, they're going to play everything like glue in this practice mode, but that doesn't normally happen. And when you put this slant, it slides to safety, and that's when we have that lane to throw it. But if you want that safety to move sooner, like I was telling you, and this is the last thing before I end the video, if you want that safety to move sooner, all you need to do is, let's go back to doubles post. You just literally use the setup that I just gave you, except for instead of putting him on a smoke screen, you can just leave circle where he is and motion over triangle. Now, you'll never want to throw this triangle read, never. You're only doing it to push that safety out more. So notice how now the safety is way more out and you're able to throw it a little bit sooner. And now, just keep in mind, Stokes is faster than Sutton, so I believe that's what matters. So you have, it's a speed-based thing, so I would probably put KJ Hamler here and just let him work, basically. Let him actually run away from this guy. So you really want to, it's really matchup based at that point. So, and again, maybe in next gen you can maybe throw this on a break, but in current gen it's just not recommended. And if you wanted to throw this, you would need to move the ball to this hash mark, okay? Because you want enough room for this route to progress. So it's not like you can't throw it. It's just I wouldn't trust it. That's just all I mean. But you definitely can. Probably next gen it gets open a lot easier. But anyways, that's a wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.